Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. EA's finally dropping the one hero card that we've been waiting on this year in FC26, and they've even confirmed what the next promo is after Thunderstruck in doing so. We're going to talk about that today and look at the couple player leaks that we have for the Joga Bonito promo coming at the end of this week, which we would assume would give players 5-star skills. But we can't talk about this game without discussing what happened yesterday. Other EA news revealed they're dropping a patch on this game, but it's a poor attempt at a patch because it's barely changing anything and not even addressing the biggest thing that is wrong with this game at the moment. And the market is making a lot of us coins, especially if you invested in yesterday's video, because fodder is going up. Let's talk about that and everything else going on right now in FC26. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Let's dive in by looking at yesterday's content on Monday, which was Cyber Monday, technically, and we got more content related to Cyber Monday than I was actually expecting. We'll talk about that in a second. But when we go to SBCs, the first thing, of course, we're looking at is this crazy overpriced Jules Koundé. I can't even take this SBC serious, man. When I saw that it was 9 squads, I kept scrolling down and seeing the ratings go up. An 88 rated squad for an 88 rated Jules Koundé flashback card that has minor upgrades and no new playstyles over his 18,000 coin gold item. This SBC should have been 150k maximum, but I don't know who at EA thought 500k was a good price. Maybe they're a Barca fan, or maybe they just don't want anybody having this card, which is unfortunate because this is an SBC that so many people were looking forward to during the Black Friday Thunderstruck promo, and now they see this and like, well, I'm skipping that one. This SBC actually makes the Carlos Alberto and Cafu player pick look like the best value SBC in the game, which I do think it's great. But, you know, people were waiting, myself included, to see how's this Koundé going to look price-wise. I'm glad I did Carlos Alberto, and I'm glad that he's already in my squad. 96% downvoted. I think it should be 100%, to be completely honest. If you have this card, it's going to be one of the biggest flexes in the game, and people are going to think you're paid to win because, yeah, very few people are going to do this SBC and fork over the fodder for all of that. Yesterday's SBCs included a Dead Ball Plus evolution as well. This one's kind of intriguing because it's another evolution in SBCs. It's an 84 squad with an inform for a max 85 bend it like Beckham evolution. So you get Dead Ball Plus, you get some nice stat boost to the stats that you would need for making free kicks. So this is something you enjoy about the game. If you enjoy scoring the most outrageous free kicks, then this is probably a playstyle plus you'd like to put on a player. It's not that expensive, but personally, I'd rather put my 83s and 84s into other SBCs like this one and other parts of the game. So that's just my personal take on that one. I think you have to like free kicks and like Dead Ball Plus to want that. I don't know how many people really were looking for Dead Ball Plus. Intercept Plus, by the way, that SBC Evo that we had, make sure you put it on a card by today's content drop time because it is going to be expiring. Make sure you check your Evo rewards tab for that one if you did that SBC. Now, the other SBC we had yesterday that was most interesting, at least to me, was the 86 Plus campaign mix pack. It's not a player pick, it's a pack. It's going to refresh today as well. That's pretty nice. But it's an 83 with an inform and an 85 squad. I got Quadrado from this the first time around. Wasn't that great, but I think it's worth trying if you've got some lower tier fodder and you don't want to do any player SBCs. That is a fun one to do, kind of the cheap gamble pack, if you will. It's nice to have that refreshing every day for the rest of this week. I just noticed that actually. Didn't know that it was going to refresh today, but that's actually pretty cool. Now, speaking of that SBC, making fodder move a little bit, and the rest of the fodder market moving up a lot in general. Wow, am I glad that we talked about investing in fodder yesterday. Guys, remember when 88s were 11K flat? 87s were under 7K. 87s are now almost 8,000 coins, and 88s are approaching 13K. The prices are skyrocketing as people are getting coins from Weekend League, and they are getting some extra fodder from packs, from objectives, and from Weekend League as well, and going and doing these SBCs. Like we said in yesterday's video, the reason that these fodder prices were expected to go up was because we have a lot of fun stuff out right now. Multiple icon packs, multiple hero packs, and a hero player picks, decent player SBCs for the couple that people are interested in, and even more than that. So that is why fodder was a great investment. If you got in GGs, I don't think you need to sell yet. I think these cards are going to continue to rise today into tomorrow, maybe even into Thursday as well, because Rivals rewards, unless they changed a lot this season, which I don't think they did a whole bunch. I need to double check on that. But Rivals rewards have never been mostly tradable this year. They've been mostly untradable, and they don't give out a ton of coins. So I think that's going to help these prices probably rise up even more throughout the week, and that's really good if you invested in the fodder. So GG's if you got involved there. But lastly, in SBCs yesterday, we didn't get the refresh of the 84 plus times 3 or the 84 plus player picks. All we got was the 80 plus times 2 that refreshed just our normal kind of upgrade pack, which is honestly just very unfortunate because I had saved my last 84 by 3s, and I actually packed my first good card of the promo yesterday. I packed Ratings Reload Messi. This is Ratings Reload Messi that I put a Cornerstones cosmetic on for the chemistry boost, but that's a great card. He's like 250,000 coins. That was my first big pull of the promo. Also got Tony Cruz yesterday from an 83 times 3. So my best 2 pulls from the promo happened like this on the day that the 84 by 3s go away. I really hope they come back today. There actually is a shout that we could get those today as well. We'll talk about that because Tuesdays are a day in previous weeks that we've gotten other upgrade packs. But last thing to talk about with Cyber Monday and even some of the Flash SBCs we had like 3 or 4 Flash SBCs, including a Flash player, which only required rare golds cards. The Esther Gonzalez Rodriguez SBC, she expires in a few hours. But if you've got extra gold rares, that's actually really worth doing because that's all she takes is gold rares for an 85 rated World Tour player right there. And then we did have multiple Flash SBCs, as I mentioned. The best Flash SBC I saw was for a untradable 50k pack, which is pretty solid. But EA kept going with the lightning rounds yesterday, and this is making cards on the market from the best of investable once again, as it's maybe making a little bit of those prices drop, maybe making Thunderstruck prices drop just a little bit. But my question is, are these lightning rounds going to stop today? I thought they might stop yesterday, but of course, Cyber Monday, EA was doing some stuff with that, so they didn't. I'm very curious to see how that goes today, to hopefully see some rises on cards that we want to invest in. And also the 10 coin, 30 coin, and 3,000 coin packs refreshed yesterday in the store. Make sure you are looking out for those and getting those open because those are still very, very good value. Now, the rest of yesterday's content involves an evolution and the Flash event. Let's talk about this Goalkeeper Evo. Between the sticks, it is 4 times total repeatable from beginning to end. It's actually a pretty good Evo. You get +2 reflexes, handling, and positioning, diving, and kicking. So +2s across the board, up to pretty high stat limits. You get Playstyle Deflector added to your card, and you get Far Reach Plus. Far Reach Plus is very good for saving finesse shots, for saving top bins shots. It gives the goalkeeper very acrobatic saves, and I put Yashin into this right away. You have to be careful, though, because it boosts his overall. So we need to keep him, if you want to keep him a silver, at 74 rated or below. So you could put Yashin into this twice and get the boost twice over. So you could take him up to like 82 diving. You know, that's actually a pretty good boost. I'm going to put Yashin in this one more time, but make sure you don't put somebody in it too many times like Yashin to take him up to a 75 rated, unless that is something you're okay doing. But this is a good Evo for chains because we had the No Pana Evo that gives Footwork Plus, that's very good, but Far Reach Plus is very good as well for those finesse shot saves. And again, 94% upvoted, it's free. It's actually, what, 1 game, 3 games, that's super duper easy. And the fact that it's repeatable 4 times in total is fantastic. So that was nice as a part of content yesterday to see that. And in objectives, we do have the brand new live event, which is Thunderstruck Flash Event 3. Gives an 84 double and an 81 by 3. You got to finish it by Wednesday at content. We have another day to do it today. I'll be getting it done, hopefully, and getting those packs. And, of course, the completionist objective filled up. We have one more Flash event that will start on Wednesday that will give us the Juan Jesus card and also the Thunderstruck badge with an 86 by 4. So if you've been playing along with that, we are almost to the end of it. Now, let's talk about the market a bit, because yesterday, of course, we had FC Pro that was going on, and my goodness, did prices get absolutely cooked. Like I said last week after Group B, it is not now time to sell into the hype before everybody else sells into the hype. Remember, Garnacho was 220,000 coins yesterday. Garnacho now, I think, is 140K, as we can see right there. It's just crazy to look at these graphs. Like, look at the state of this price. Now, his pro did not perform well yesterday at all either. Neither did Fabian Ruiz's pro, but at least he's getting some upgrades. But even this card, he was 90K yesterday, right? 95,000 coins, went all the way down to 58K. You got to sell these cards in the hype hours, maybe even days ahead of time, so you don't get caught up in the huge price crashes that happen with them. Now, the upgrades that we do know we're going to get, Garnacho, Fabian Ruiz, Werner, and Thiago are all going to get a +1 weak foot or skill move boost because everybody in the tournament yesterday got at least 3 points. There you see again, Nicholas99, the pro for Garnacho. He was the favorite. He's ranked #1 in the world. He's on the bottom of the group. The lowest ranked player in the group is leading the group with 12 points, and that is why Hegazi is getting the other upgrade as well. So for getting 10 points, once again, these players get a +1 overall upgrade. So Hegazi's going to go +1, and Billy Gilmore is going to go +1 as well as getting a +1 skill move or weak foot upgrade. Those updates should be coming in the next couple of days. But again, now we set our sights to next Monday with Group D, which is going to have the remaining players in it that we have not seen yet. So I think Bremer is going to be a part of that. I think Tonali as well, since we haven't seen their pros play yet. Fabio Vieira is another one. Make sure you sell those cards in the hype. I know we have to say it again, but sell those cards in the hype even like a day ahead of time. Don't mess with it, all right? That's all that I have to say there. Now, next we have to talk about the 2 pieces of EA news that we got yesterday. We have a good news and we have a bad news. Bad news first. Okay, I agree with that. Let's talk about the update that we're getting on this game. The FC26 holiday update is almost here. Goalkeeper movement adjustments, career clubs and rush updates, and Classic 11 teams coming to kick off. I'll give you the lowdown if you guys didn't read this article. First of all, goalkeeper movement is nerfed. The speed at which keepers will move when you right stick move them will be slower. There's actually a video on the pitch notes here if you want to take a look at that. It's nothing super crazy. It's going to be a slower movement. And other than that, it's really not much of a patch. There's no patch on AI defending. They said here, we're continuing to actively review AI defending. Everybody in the comments is, you've had time. Please nerf AI defending. It shouldn't take you this long to look into it, which I think we agree with. And hopefully EA sees the amount of response there is about AI defending and wanting it to be returned back to where it was at the beginning of the game, or at least nerfed a little bit, and, you know, not as just feeling like you are being pressed constantly or being marked constantly by the AI, so that a player can sit there with their striker or even center attacking mid and have the AI do all the work for them on defense. That is what people are most frustrated about in this game, and they did not say anything about that in this patch. They're, again, actively continuing to work on that in our feedback. So that's a bit frustrating. Other than that, though, this is a very mid patch. Like, honestly, the snowy menus might be the best part of this, and that's not even coming until a day or 2 or 3 after the patch, because there'll be a server release that'll give us some of that. There were a couple of interesting things for Rush, but as one of my friends noted, that Rush, you know, they got to make the rewards better for that before it becomes a mode that we actually are interested in playing again. So watch out for this update. It might actually be dropped today. But man, just honestly kind of embarrassing is how it feels. After a very quiet month from EA and not as many changes, now we have this, a change that it feels like, I don't know, just doesn't fix the game to a point where we would want to see it either at the moment. So that's the bad news. The good news is EA's finally dropping the hero that we all have been wanting to see in this game. And they started the conversation yesterday with this tweet. Remember how before the Champions League promo, they posted the De Rossi and then the other heroes kind of in a little graphic like this? They're doing it again. The beautiful game takes a skillful twist. 3 new heroes make their presence known in Joga Bonito, coming to FC26 this Friday. If you've seen leaks, this was the expected promo dropping this Friday for sure, but EA just kind of confirmed it with this tweet here. And of course, this got a lot of people thinking about the one hero we haven't seen yet in this game. And yes, guys, he is leaked. But a bit more about this promo. The Joga Bonito promo sounds like it's going to be a 5-star skill move only promo. It would make sense for the players that would be in packs to all have 5-star skills. The SBCs as well, maybe the objectives. Sounds like a pretty fun promo. My question is, are they going to do like 5-star skills and 5-star weak foot, or is it just a 5-star skills promo? That's going to be my question before we get a whole bunch of leaks and news about it yet. I'm curious to learn more. And also, if this card design is anything close to what it's actually going to be, I believe this is a concept design. That would be an absolutely wild design. It kind of reminds me of like a Carnival promo. I know that's not until like the spring, but that's a really, really crazy design. Now, we do have a couple of heroes leaked. Aymar is the first leaked hero. A lot of people believe that he is this one in the middle here because of the hair. And Aymar would have 5-star skills, and I believe those would be predicted stats for his potential card. Now, once again, you can already search up a couple of these heroes in-game. If you go to the transfer market and you search Aymar, he'll show in the search there, Pablo Aymar, 87 rated. This would be his base hero rating, like we saw with De Rossi in the Champions League promo, right? De Rossi has a base hero that's 87 rated, and then he has the Champions League hero, which is 88 rated. So probably 88 rated for a predicted stat card of Aymar would be pretty accurate, unless EA would go up to 89. We'll have to see what that is, but these are predicted stats for him. That could be a nice, fun card. Now, moving on to the next leak, it is the hero. It is Ricardo Quaresma is coming as a Joga Bonito player soon. I mean, when you look at this picture on the screen, like the curve, you see that there? Like, come on. That's got to be in relation to Quaresma. Now, this is the OG Trivela playstyle. Is that right? Or is that inventive? I don't know. He's going to have Game Changer probably, because that is the true Trivela promo for shooting, right? But man, everybody's been asking, where is Quaresma? Where is Quaresma? Well, finally, here he is. And this brings up the whole conversation again. Do we like what EA is doing with the heroes this year, not releasing them straight away and having them kind of segmented released throughout the year? I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it, because sure, it does create a bit of hype, but like, people have wanted to play with Quaresma now for a month and a half, and his base hero card has not been in the game because he hasn't been here, because they've been doing this segmented release. So it is exciting that he's going to be coming. Again, he's going to drop as a promo player, Joga Bonito hero card. What Quaresma will be this weekend. His base hero will not be in packs until the week after that. That's how they kind of do it for these promos. Now, we know how the base Quaresma looks, right? This is his official stats. He's 85 rated. He's got 5 skills, 4-star weak foot, can play on the right and the left, and he does have Game Changer Plus with 86 pace, 89 dribble. This is an early leak from way back when, earlier in the summer. Those are his base hero stats. So you'd imagine that this card would be probably 87 rated, hopefully a +2, and he'd have a little bit higher stats in all the categories than his base card. So that is cool to see. It is cool to see that we're getting at Quaresma finally, because it's just been like kind of a waiting game for him up until now. Now, the last question is, who's our last hero going to be in that trio that EA teased? It's got to be Nasib, right? A center attacking mid with 90 passing and 90 dribbling and incisive pass plus. That's a pretty crazy card. To be completely honest, I don't think those stats are official, but I would have to imagine that she is the women's player over here on the left, because I don't think it would be a CDM Scott. So I'm going to guess it's Nasib. So we'll be on the lookout for that leak. But we do have a couple more leaks as well as we start to hear the first things about this Joga Bonito promo. Endrick is confirmed. He is going to be in this promo. So that would again mean probably a 5-star skills Endrick player dropping on the game this Friday, which is cool. I think this promo, it just sounds fun, right? Again, but I hope there's something to do with 5-star skills in here, along with, or 5-star weak foot to go along with the 5-star skills. But we do have an Endrick that is leaked right now, and a Joga Bonito Jan Couto. Again, notice a lot of Brazilian here in this. We got Brazilian Jan Couto, we got Brazilian Endrick. Are we going to have more Brazilian players for the Samba Flair? Are they going to make us use a silver Brazilian team? Ho, that would be a fun objective. Yeah, I'm giving you ideas. Let's go. Put these into place, right? Jan Couto and Endrick are both leaked as cards right now. So we'll just have to wait and see what are the leaks that we get. Right now, it's the early stages of the leaks, right? We know the name of the promo. We can guess what it's going to be about. We got a couple of players that are going to be a part of it, but we don't know too much yet. Watch out for leaks, guys. I'm sure there's going to be more into even today on Tuesday, and then, of course, Wednesday and Thursday, leading into Friday with this new promo. Now, lastly, let's kind of talk about what's coming today on Tuesday in this game and talk about the market a little bit. Let's talk about the market first. Of course, we've been talking about investing in cards going out of packs later on this week, right? The end of the supply for the best of team of the week and the best of campaigns. And I think right now, as we get into today on Tuesday, it's our last chance for some of these. Even a guy like Marcus Llorente, remember he was at 80K yesterday, already up from the mid-70s where he was on the weekend. He's 97,000 coins. Esteval is another player that I've been watching closely. He is how much? 96,000 coins. So he's been rising as well. He was like 90K yesterday. That was a great price to get him. I've also been looking at some more of the expensive cards, like rare ones. Like I actually just picked up a Harry Kane. I picked up a Eden Hazard because, guys, this card is live. And Chelsea, the way they're playing at the moment in the Champions League and in just football in general, they are one game away. They play, I forget who they play next week in Champions League, but if they score one goal and if they win the game, then this Hazard goes to a 90 rated card with a roll plus added and 2 more base play styles. So for me, getting that card at 1.1 mil is a great option. And of course, he's not going to get packed as much. That's the hope with buying some of these cards that are in the best of release, and maybe even looking at buying some of these icons here, like the Iniesta. I mean, sure, these cards are in packs until Friday still, but like we talk about each week, we've seen most of the supply because of weekend league rewards, and I think that some of these cards can then start to trickle up in price, maybe even for the Thunderstrucks as well. 750 for this Rodri is very low. And Manchester City, I believe, played today. We got some midweek Prem and some midweek La Liga today, so that's something to watch very closely for, to see if there's upgrades for cards that could be progressed to today. Like I believe Rafinha would be very close to getting upgrades. They play Atletico Madrid, but you know, if they win or draw, then that's actually his first upgrade locked in, because you just need 2 wins or draws to get that first upgrade. So Rafinha right now is actually kind of up in price. He's 560, but that's just something to watch out for today, as well as some of the best of cards. And here's one best of I want to shout out that I just thought of randomly. Oh, he's already up. Vitinha. This dude at 60K, I think is a buy, because his 90 rated card just went extinct. And it's just Vitinha. It's a card that gets used a lot. And he was 115K before all this, and now he's half the price. He's 60K. 60K flat for that, I think it's a good deal. But there's so many other players. Go again right here on the market tab in game and look through some of the best of campaigns, the cheap cards, right? Those are the most risk-free. And just stock a couple in your club, right? We talked about that Julie. Stock one in your club. We talked about even a card like a Thuram, maybe you could stock one in the club, maybe a Pulisic, maybe a Nemanja. Some of those players you definitely want to club stock. And then if you want to make more of an investment for the next couple of days, look at the middle, the top tier at some players that you think people would still want to use, even though their prices are a lot cheaper after they get less supply for the rest of this week. Bernardo Silva, 40K flat or under would be another great card. Tiki Taka Plus, good stats. That's one to just like, maybe you put 1 or 2 in the transfer list, wait and see how they rise throughout the rest of this week. Now, for Tuesday content today, we're getting another upgrade SBC, because the 83x3, which I've been doing every day, very good SBC. I love that one. And the 85 plus upgrade, which I did yesterday because there was no 84 pluses. Don't love this one. I think it's overpriced. It requires too many 84s. But both of those are expiring today, which means we should get something back. Okay, please EA, give us something back here. Sure, the 80 plus 3 of 10 is still there. I'm going to do that one. But the 83x3, nah. 84x3. If they re-release that today, we will be cooking, and that is what we will be hoping for. We'll just have to see if that's the one that they re-release, or if there will be something else that they do instead. We'll just have to see. Also, there's always a shout for a player SBC. I think we've gotten all the leaked player SBCs that we were expecting when Black Friday was first leaked a couple of days ago. No other leaked players are out right now, so we'll have to see if we get anything else today. And same thing for evolutions. There's been an Evo evolution leak like every single day of the week now for the past couple of days, but it always happens early in the day before content. So make sure you keep a close eye out for Twitter just to see if there's anything moving crazy because of that. But Tuesday content today in general shouldn't be that wild, especially as we're kind of going out the end of the Thunderstruck promo, and as EA is already starting to tweet about this Joga Bonito promo. So we'll be watching out for the leaks once again on that today. Today should be a good day to catch up on some maybe gameplay for the live events, maybe for the Season 3 Evo event that is out right now. And then also getting on the market. I'm going to trade a bit more today myself, looking at some fluctuations, and play some gameplay on this new monitor that I just got. First monitor upgrade in literally 5 years. The last one I got in 2018, that's more than 5 years, 6 years. FIFA 19 to FC 26, 7 years. I can't even do math. Crazy. We finally got an upgrade, man. It looks crispy to me. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment below if you have any questions. And subscribe if you're new. It has been TheFutAccountant. I will see you guys there. Peace out.